Straight ahead on CCX News, following the Las Vegas mass shooting, the debate renewed over gun control. Local lawmakers weigh in. Plus, the pitch for a new pool. Residents crowd New Hope City Hall to give input. An update where the city now stands. And later, a Plymouth elementary school gains national attention, making it the focus of today's School Spotlight. CCX News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. In the wake of the mass shooting in Las Vegas, local lawmakers are weighing in on gun control. And there are differing opinions on what kind of change may be necessary. We get more from Eric Nelson. Eric?
Yeah, Alex and Mike, gun control is always a hot-button issue in the United States, and it is back in play now after the carnage in Las Vegas. From coast to coast, there are pleas for tighter gun laws. However, Maple Grove Senator Warren Limmer doesn't think that is necessarily the right solution.
The shooter was shooting with a fully automatic rifle of some sort, which are now considered illegal. There are laws against that, but that doesn't stop bad behavior. And I think we have to keep that in mind as we're writing law. Law doesn't always change the behavior of a very few.
Meanwhile, Senator Ron Latz, whose district includes parts of Plymouth and Golden Valley, sees things differently. Latz has backed tighter gun control laws for years and wants universal background checks and gun violence protective orders to become reality. Latz knows this will be tough to pass because of the NRA's muscle and clout. Most of the NRA's budget is paid for by gun makers, and Latz says they are an extension of the gun industry. While Latz is saddened by the events in Vegas, he also wants people to focus on the day-to-day gun violence that has become an epidemic in the U.S.
Almost twice as many people die every day in the United States from gun violence as died in this one incident. And those are in ones and twos, with handguns mostly, in communities that have a lot of violence. But there's an incident like this happening twice a day in the United States every day of the year.
Now, according to the Chicago Tribune and the Gun Violence Archive, there have been 271 mass shootings in the nation so far this year. Now, a mass shooting is when 4 or more people are shot in one incident. Alex and Mike?
All right, Eric, thank you. A Maple Grove man who shot his girlfriend twice, nearly killing her, will serve a longer than expected sentence due to the particular cruelty of the crime. A judge sentenced 53-year-old Mitchell Antle to more than 17 years in prison, an upward departure from sentencing guidelines. Antle told police that he knew what he was doing and wanted to kill his girlfriend when he shot the victim in the face last October. The woman suffered permanent injuries. Meanwhile, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and in Maple Grove, purple lights can be seen every evening this month to remember victims. They'll glow at the town green and the Maple Grove Public Safety Facility. The idea was started through an initiative at St. Joseph's the Worker Church. Well, for months, people have been talking about what to do with the New Hope pool. The existing pool will have to relocate to make room for a new city hall and police station. On Monday night, the New Hope City Council heard from concerned residents. Reporter Sonia Goins has this recap.
I'm Mayor Kathy Hempkin, and this is a special City Council work session to take resident comments on a new outdoor pool complex.
The New Hope City Council chamber was packed with residents who voiced their opinions on the city's 50-year-old Olympic-sized 50-meter pool.
I would like a more family-oriented place, and if our pool is not going to be that, then let's focus on that 50-meter.
A citizens committee recommended 2 plans to replace the current pool. One features a lazy river and a pool half the size.
The lazy river is an expensive project, and I don't think it's really needed. It's really, you know, if people want to go on a lazy river, they should go out to Valley Fair.
Another plan calls for a smaller pool that includes a shallow area with a current channel.
What I would like to see is the pool to remain where it is and be remodeled, which was originally considered to be an option.
However, many in the audience want the City Council to reconsider the 50-meter pool. The Citizens Committee previously felt that that idea cost too much.
It's a unique thing that's not you can't find a 50-meter pool in very many parts of the cities, and if it's marketed right, it could bring in a lot of revenue to the city.
So we're fully in favor of a 50-meter pool with diving well and we like the current layout that's here.
A lot of competitive swimmers say the 50-meter design is the way to go. Besides training, they say the pool is used for swimming events.
I don't want you to forget about the 10,000 kids and the 90 competitive teams that come down to the Twin Cities and compete for top honors to go on and represent this area.
The City Council will look at all those recommendations. They hope to have a decision by March so construction can begin by the summer of 2019. In New Hope, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Meantime, Maple Grove is considering a plan for a big game bash on Super Bowl weekend. This begins our look inside City Hall. The idea of a concert under a heated tent at Maple Grove's new Central Park. It would be held on Saturday night before the Super Bowl. The proposal calls for hiring a promoter who has experience booking big acts at the Hildy Performance Center in Plymouth.
Central Park was designed with a large event in mind, such as this, and we think that if we can take advantage of the excitement surrounding the Super Bowl being in Minneapolis, we're not looking to compete with the other events that will be happening downtown in St. Paul, just looking to offer a local alternative.
But there are still some questions to be answered, like what happens if bad weather or low ticket sales force cancellation of the event. The council will take it up again in 2 weeks. Also inside City Hall, Maple Grove has approved an on-sale wine and beer license for Portillo's restaurant, which is now under construction. The local manager says the restaurant will probably open in January. She says hiring has been slow. They need up to 200 workers to open, and so far they've hired 11 people. Still ahead, a national honor for a Plymouth elementary school. That's coming up next in School Spotlight.
Plus, Park Center battles Cooper in prep volleyball. We'll have the highlights.
But first, a reprieve from this early October record rainfall. Wednesday includes plenty of sunshine. We'll be right back.
Becoming a high-performing school is a huge accomplishment.
But it's not often that a school receives national recognition for its overall academic performance. In today's School Spotlight, Delane Cleveland introduces us to Oakwood Elementary in the Wayzata School District.
All right, everybody turn your math brains on. We're going to get started today.
In many schools,
who can help her out?
Academic success is measured by test scores. But at Oakwood Elementary in Plymouth,
they don't just tell you something and do, okay, learn this right now.
Academics aren't the only barometer of success.
There's just a lot of stuff here for you to do, so you wouldn't get bored easily.
That's a great observation. You're right.
Believe it or not, the benefits of this school extend beyond the anti-boredom factor. Yes, this school of 500 students is high-performing.
Who can give me an equation?
But here,
there's very kind people and nice teachers.
It's paramount for staff members to ensure that students are in an environment where their social and emotional needs are met as well.
We are a great big family.
Andy Cohen is a second grade teacher who's worked at Oakwood for 12 years.
We get to know each other, we build relationships with the students, and so the students feel not only in the classroom that they're welcome and that they're home, but throughout the school building as well with any of the teachers and the staff that are here.
Speaking of those students,
our school is pretty diverse. We have over 11 different languages that are spoken here.
Principal Sarah Beth Denai says that the diversity of their population is what makes the school unique.
We do have a diverse population, so not only do we embrace that, but we celebrate that, and we try to incorporate that into our everyday learning.
I think it's cool that they go here because it's just nice to see other people here than just your religion.
If that wasn't enough, the school just celebrated one other accolade that put them on the map.
There are more than 130,000 schools in the United States, and you're at the top.
On September 28th, U.S. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos announced that Oakwood was one of 342 schools nationwide to be named as a National Blue Ribbon Honor School.
It's always nice to have a recognition, but to have a national award is really exciting.
The award honors schools where students achieve high learning standards or make notable improvements in closing the achievement gap.
2 10s and how many ones?
Denai attributes that success to one thing.
I think that it really comes down to relationships with students and families, and that it does take more than just teachers and staff to be able to make a difference.
Valerie.
It's a culture that's been created over a number of years that makes Oakwood feel like one big family.
My own kids came to Oakwood, and I wouldn't have had them go anywhere else.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Oakwood is one of 8 Minnesota schools to be recognized as a National Blue Ribbon School this year. The U.S. Department of Education will honor each of the schools at a recognition ceremony in Washington, D.C. coming up in November. Congratulations to that whole school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still ahead, a Golden Valley music store tries to keep up with demand for Tom Petty albums.
But first, Benilde-St. Margaret's volleyball team is reaching new heights this fall. John Jacobson has their story next in sports.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. The Benilde-St. Margaret's volleyball team is piling up the wins this fall. As Jay Wilcox reports, the Red Knights are enjoying a memorable season.
There's no doubt about it. The Red Knights are having fun in this 14-3 start to the season.
I'm really proud. It's like a big improvement from all the other years that we played volleyball, or like I've been on the team. So it's exciting, and hopefully it keeps going.
Before games, each position gets together and discusses 1 or 2 goals that they want to accomplish before every match, or even maybe in the first 5 points we want to do like get a block or like not get A's. So it's like those small goals that build up to achieve this bigger goal of winning and continuing our streak.
While Benilde's had a solid program in recent seasons, they've taken a step forward this year. A mixture of young and old have contributed.
It's been a team that's worked really hard, and it's a nice combination and mixture of the youth and experience here. We have 4 seniors, but also we've mixed it in with an 8th grader and a 9th grader, and so we start probably, we start some young players, but also some very veteran players, so it's been a nice mixture.
It's been so fun just as a senior and being able to lead this group because there's so much potential, and like guiding them along the right path has been awesome.
Teams at BSM have racked up a lot of championships in recent years, but it's been a while since the volleyball program took home a conference championship. The Red Knights are 4-0 to lead the Metro West Conference with 3 league matches left, and the thought of winning it drives them.
Yeah, that was like one of our biggest goals, I feel like, and every time we win one of the games, it's just like moving forward, so it's exciting.
There aren't many days where we don't think of that, and this is a year we've really, as I said, as one of our team goals, to make sure we get contend for that conference title. Right now we're 4-0 in our conference. We have 3 conference games left, tough conference games, but it's definitely a motivating factor for us and something that we'd like to take care of this year, getting our name and our team up on that banner.
Benilde hopes to be a real threat in Section 6-3A with teams like Hopkins and Armstrong when the playoffs roll around. But first things first, they want to enjoy a great regular season. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
As we mentioned, the Red Knights have 3 Metro West Conference matches left, and they've already defeated the 2 teams that are tied for second, Jefferson and Chaska. Benilde on Thursday will face Cooper in a Metro West Conference match. The Hawks played host to another local team. They met Coach Randy Olmstead in Park Center Monday night, and the Pirates dominate the first set. Lauren Beecham tips over the block for Park Center, and they rolled to a 25-13 win. Cooper plays better early in the second. They set it outside to TT Longs, and she pounds it home for a kill. The Hawks tie it 6-6. But Park Center pulls away late. A change of pace shot from Kylie Cox drops in. Pirates take a 25-14 win to go up 2-0. Pirates captain Cox has a good match, and she helps Park Center to the sweep. And the Pirates move over the 500 mark with the 3-game sweep. They've been competing well, even with the best teams on their schedule.
Yeah, so our team just works hard. Like, that's the fun part. Like, we don't have to win every match for it to be fun. It's just fun to work hard and compete with these teams and be able to win, take a set from them.
While it's been a soggy start to the week, girls tennis teams will serve up playoff action this week. Wayzata is the top seed for the Section 5 AA tournament with Buffalo 2nd and Maple Grove seeded 3rd. Armstrong is 6th, Champlain Park 7th. Park Center, Osseo, Rogers, and Cooper are in the 11 through 14 slots. Assuming first-round matches get completed Tuesday, second-round play will see the Osseo-Rogers winner playing at Anoka Wednesday. The Park Center Cooper winner meets Armstrong and Champlain Park host the Monticello Henry winner. The highest seeds don't start play until Thursday's quarterfinals. Again, weather could affect this schedule. Now in Section 6 AA, Hopkins is the number 2 seed behind Edina. Then it's Eastview and Benilde-St. Margaret's. This tournament starts Wednesday when it's expected to dry out. Benilde is at home against De La Salle, while Hopkins hosts Minneapolis North. The quarterfinals are Thursday, while action moves to Lakeville's Lifetime Fitness for the semifinals and final next Tuesday. Blake and Breck are the top 2 seeds in Section 4A. And that is it for sports. Mike and Alex, back to you.
All right, John, thank you. Up next, fans won't back down.
The demand for Tom Petty albums when we come back.
Well, it's been nearly 2 weeks since Hurricane Maria devastated much of Puerto Rico, and New Hope Gym CrossFit Twin Cities is a drop-off location for hurricane relief supplies, and in just a few days they've collected everything from bottled water to diapers to hygiene products. This weekend the gym plans to raise money to help buy water purification units to send to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is just one place where students at a Golden Valley school plan to send money.
Students and a teacher at the School of Engineering and Arts got the idea to raise money for a school damaged by Hurricane Harvey after seeing pictures of the school underwater.
So I just said I'm going to help, and so I said maybe my school could do a fundraiser.
But there is more to this story. Wednesday, coming up on Wednesday on CCX News, we will share why the project has a special place in the heart of one of the teachers. This week marked the passing of a music icon.
And fans are remembering Tom Petty by stocking up on his albums.
When the word comes down that someone like this dies, you know, somebody that's sitting in their kitchen, that's all of a sudden Tom Petty dies. Oh, I used to have all these albums, and you're going to go run into a record store and buy them. So they expect you to have them. So that's one of the biggest obstacles, is making sure we have what people expect us to have.
And specifically what people want is vinyl, and as luck would have it, down in the valley in Golden Valley already had many of Tom Petty's vinyl records in stock. And since news of Petty's death broke on Monday, demand for his albums hasn't been at the level of Prince, but the store has certainly seen an uptick in sales. Employees say it's not surprising considering the impact he's had on rock and roll.
He is the epitome of rock and roll, right? I mean, his guitar player, Campbell, and he are kind of like the Richards and Jagger. They are touring hounds. They've always been on the road. I mean, you look at Tom Petty, he looks like rock and roll.
Farrell says Petty's hottest selling albums are Full Moon Fever and Damn the Torpedoes. That'll do it. That's it for now. Thanks for joining us.